Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. Today we are going to discuss part two of the Odyssey. I'm going to put every book up individually just because of time reasons. And if you don't want to listen to part of the discussion, you only have to click on that one link. So we are actually going to start with book 17. This is where part two begins. Odysseus has made his way home. So I'm actually going to turn off my screen so we can just focus on the text at hand. Make sure that you guys take notes, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. All right. All right, so the first thing that we want to understand is, remember, the stuff in prose, we have parallel plots or multiple plots that are happening. This gives us a little bit of information of things that are going on that maybe we haven't read, parts of the epic that we haven't read. So we need to understand what happens actually before he gets to Ithaca and he sees his son Telemachus, and he tells Odysseus that they face more than 100 suitors. Remember, we have these suitors who want to kill Telemachus. They want to, or Telemachus, however you want to pronounce it, um, and and marry Penelope because they want Ithaca. They want Odysseus's land. Odysseus is disguised as a beggar, which will play in later on with one of our study questions about dramatic irony. So as we continue on, we need to know that Athena transfers, she disguises Odysseus into a beggar, and let's see. All right, another thing that I asked in your question is about Argos. Argos is right here. Argos is the loyal, faithful dog of Odysseus. And what we want to understand is how he is symbolic for Ithaca. Remember, a symbol is a person, place, or object or activity that stands for something other than itself. So when we look at Argos, we see that he has aged, he's abandoned, he's destroyed with flies, he's treated as rubbish. All of this is symbolic to the land of Ithaca because when Odysseus returns to his homeland, it's almost unrecognizable to him. All right. Argos has deteriorated just as Ithaca has in the 20 years that Odysseus has been gone. The dog has been neglected and poorly treated. Penelope and Telemachus too, have suffered at the hands of the suitors. So this is how the dog symbolizes Ithaca. As we continue on to the next page, right away the dog recognizes the voice of Odysseus and he tries to get his strength together to move closer to his master. We see here another trait right here. And the man looked away, wiping a salt tear from his cheek, but he hid this. All right. What this represents, we understand that the traits of an epic hero represent courage and strength. But here we also have a new trait introduced for our epic hero. We have him having to hide his emotions. This is his beloved country. This is his beloved companion, and he has to hide his emotions because he does not want anybody to know who he is at this point. As we continue on, dramatic irony, for those of you who are unclear about dramatic irony, it is when we, the audience, knows something that the characters don't. So right now, the dramatic irony being played out here is that we understand who this beggar is. And everybody that comes into contact with him does not know that this is Odysseus. So the dramatic irony that's happening in this scene is the man is talking about Odysseus, unaware that it is Odysseus he is speaking to. So Odysseus asks about the dog, and he is told a hunter owned him, but the man is dead in some far place. If this old hound could show the form he had when Lord Odysseus left him going to Troy, you'd see him swift and strong. All right, so again, this is our dramatic irony. This is where we know who this beggar is, but the man to whom Odysseus is speaking does not. All right, so remember, Odysseus has been gone for 20 years. He spent 10 years fighting the battle in Troy, and now he spent 10 years getting back home to Ithaca. So it has been a total of 20 years since he's been gone.